Welcome out there, all my poetry lovers, all my lovers of art. This is episode 1 of the Poetry Circle. I'm Don like the morning sun, and what I like to do here is dive into the mind of the poet, okay? So today, entering the poet circle is a poet, a writer, a curator, a lover of art and music, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of facets to this man. I feel like there's a lot to uncover, and I want to do that here on episode 1. So can you guys help me welcome Mr. Trojuan to the podcast? How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. So really, I've been seeing you in the city for about a couple of years, and I feel like there's so many things I want to talk to you about. So, so what I want to do first, I want to ask every poet that comes into the poet circle this question. And I want to ask them, when did you fall in love with poetry? Like, what brought you to the thing?
So I would say, it was admiration, then later like falling in love like later, because I ain't gonna lie, like my initial thing, like I knew it was like big on hip hop.
Yes.
And poetry, everything was actually associated with like the Robert Frost and Shakespeare, which
now.
I really couldn't connect with. And so I would say first time is maybe like 2009.
Okay.
2009. I hear Def Poetry Jam, but I think it's like already off air at that time.
Yes.
But it's this lady named Aja Monet out of New York. And it's this group called Strivers Row. And it's like a collective of Alicia Harris, Jasmine Mans, Carvin Lassant, Miles Hodges, and Zora, I can't remember her last name. Mm-hmm. So that was like 2011, 2012. And then like things kind of started from there, yeah.
How'd you get into the Def Jam poetry? You talking about like hosted by Most Def at the time? Yeah, that's deep.
Nah, so you know what? I never watched the full show, but it was something on YouTube, and I just remember seeing like artists who I liked hip hop wise,
right?
And I was like, oh, yo, I know that verse. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, okay, this Kanye. Okay, I know that verse right there. Like, so I think I was still like catching the hip hop elements and still like, oh, dang, they done kind of stripped the beat on this right here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of fly. All right, cool. So yeah, that's what. And then there was some locals on that I knew, like Joaquin Zawataneo, who's out here in Dallas, and like different people. What? So I was like, oh, yo, I know so and so. That's Sonny Patterson from New Orleans. I know it. Like, so that's kind of how I like really got into it, and that was like getting my feet wet right there.
That is beautiful. I did the same thing. I think we both like had our same introduction to it through YouTube, because I think I saw something on YouTube and then I started going down the rabbit hole. But I found Def Jam poetry for real with the Shihan, you know what I'm saying, with the This Type Love. This is like my favorite poem ever. And when I saw that, I just kept going down. I would see like Javon Johnson and Prentice Powell and Rudy Francisco and things like that. And so that is pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So, okay, cool. What I want to do first on the Poet Circle, I want to talk about the voice of the poet. Because I feel like that's what we have. Like that's the fundamental, foundation that we have is our voice. We just got the mic and that. So I feel like there's a lot of things that curate that and go into that. So the first thing I want to ask you is, like, okay, what is your theme in your poetry? And I say that to say, there's a motif. Like if you have a Jean Michel painting, Basquiat, most of the time you're going to see stuff about race or identity, and that fundamental idea threads all his poems or all his paintings together. So with you, what would you say is your story that you're telling in your poetry?
So it's kind of shifted over the years, but I think lately within the last 5-ish years, it will probably be a lot about identity. Yeah. And grief. It will probably be those things, and specific identity as it pertains to like certain things with masculinity and like patriarchy. So it will probably be like an identity, grief, and like transparency and that kind of like thing right there. So that's what I've been floating on for like the last 5 to 6 years.
And grief in what do you think?
Grief specifically, just Just understanding like grief extends beyond, something about physical death.
Okay.
So sometimes it's kind of like, how am I navigating the loss of myself? How am I navigating the loss of maybe an opportunity or where I thought I might be in life? But I think for me, it's been more so the identity, the grieving of self, like who I thought I would be and who I am, but also like with my mom passing, like in a car wreck, it's certain things to where it's like I knew her, but we didn't have much of a relationship like that. Yeah. So even over the years, it'd be like, oh, dang, who's this person? And then it's also like learning like, dang, who is she as a person outside of being my mom or something like that. Yeah. And then even then it like keeps repeating itself because at first when I was growing up, it was like, okay, not having her. And then when she passed, it was like, oh, I don't get a chance to have her ever again in the physical sense. Yes. But then it's like, dang, I don't get a chance to have the person, but then I don't give a chance to have the mother, but then I don't give a chance to have the relationship. And then, so it's like a constant revolving door. And I think it's a thing about just allowing myself to actually flow through that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And with grief, there's stages to it for sure. I mean, people come up with different numbers of how many stages it would be. Yeah. I know I did a video one day a long time ago. I did 9 stages of grief. And then people were telling me like, hey, you hit all of the stages of it because it is kind of always with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you do have to evolve through it in a way and grow through it. So that's pretty deep. And I do hear that in your poetry, especially about your parents and things like that. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so another aspect to the voice of the poet, I feel like it's what we consume, right? And it doesn't have to be like food, but I can tell you what our food might be. Yeah. It might be what we read, what we listen to, the music, the education that we intake and that the teachings that we go by. So I want to ask you those 3 things. So what type of books or what authors do you gravitate towards when you get into your mind?
So one, Bell Hooks is always.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yeah, Bell Hooks is always
all about love.
Top. And I'm gonna give like a little brief things about like why. So Bell Hooks is one because like when I was living in Austin, I got introduced to her work. Bell Hooks does this thing to where she breaks things down to such an elementary level to where it's like accessible to everybody, right?
Yes, it is.
And I think the important part was that is because as somebody like me who like did not finish college, and not saying you have to be in college to read Bell Hooks, but I do think it's a lot of things as it pertains to like societal issues like patriarchy, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes some people don't get introduced to the language unless they're in the space of academia. Okay. So somebody might, like I have friends who heard of Bell Hooks and Audre Lorde and different people like that because they happen to be in a classroom.
Yeah.
But they might not have heard about it in some cases just on a random Saturday with their home, their home.
Majority of the time they won't.
So like with me, it's some stuff I got introduced to when I happened to move to Austin. I happened to be on campus a little bit more for like working and doing events. And so when I found her work, it just felt like very accessible. And she has this level of like, I'm holding you accountable, but I'm also understanding where it stems from.
Got you.
So that would be one. Also it's a guy, I have not met him, but I want to, Jason Reynolds.
Okay.
He actually writes like young adult fiction novels, things like that. And sometimes I'm not the most disciplined at reading, but what he does is, since it's like young adult, sometimes his books are so short with my attention span, it breaks it down to very concise things to where I can like.
Yeah, you can read the whole body of work and then move on to something else.
And it's also a discipline thing for me, an attention thing. It's kind of like, oh, I got through this book right here, and it was broken down into these like short segments. And but yeah, I don't know. Over the years, it's been different people. But even Jason Wilson, he got a book called "Cry Like a Man."
Oh, Jason, come on now, come on.
But even going back to childhood, it's this dude named Louis Satchar. He wrote this. It was a kid book. It was called like stories from Wayside School, and like the school was like built sideways, but it was a wild thing. So those are probably like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Come on, I love that. So when I talk about the music, tell me what type. Don't tell me who, because we got a segment for that. But what type of music do you gravitate towards? And I don't know, does that help your writing or anything like that?
I mean, naturally, I love music, but if I'm writing, I really don't have music around.
Gotcha.
It's very distracting. It'd be too many sounds. Okay. So yeah, even right now, I don't even be around people much. It's like, nah, I just.
Got you.
Yeah, I be overstimulated, but I'm heavy on hip hop, and so I listen to a lot of hip hop and R&B, and I'll take like certain elements and I'll kind of like build around. And so like we start talking about artists and whatnot.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. Yeah,
like examples of that. So yeah, usually it's gonna be hip hop and R&B. But what I will say I have a lot of is it's not music, but it's a lot of colors. So I'm big on like synesthesia.
I was just gonna say the word.
So yeah, so it's
you can see colors when you hear music.
Yeah, so it's a lot of colors that frame things.
Oh, we're gonna get into it for sure. Okay, so what teachings do you gravitate towards? Like what education? It can even be religion. What do you what creeds do you digest that helps you say the things that you say, move the way you move?
You say teachings?
Yeah. So, for example, for me, I would say at one point in my life when I was in college, because I obsess over things. So I got really big into Egyptian proverbs and stuff because it's in Africa. It's like my dad was teaching me about Africa and things like that. Okay. And the real word for Egypt is Kemet, though, the land of the black, right? Yeah. So I started like really learning about Kemet, and the way I talk now, it still stems from that because it's a lot of harmonious, just matriarch type of, you know what I mean, type vibe. And then I speak like that, I talk like that.
That's why, because I think I first heard that word. It's this dude named, he's an author named Trojuan Kunjufu.
Oh, okay.
Years back. Okay, I remember that word now.
And
I heard it on the Killer Mike song. But you know what, teachings, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know much about that as far as like how that would tie into it. But I will say it's some things that I look at that kind of align with performance in a way that I may structure something. Like even with church and say like preachers or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like I grew up going to Friendship West, and like Pastor Haynes, I believe that as it pertains to a skill and craft, he is a phenomenal speaker. And I even think with like church, when the pastor is up there, like in the live band, like that is a whole production. Like you got to know your stuff, but two, you have to actually know how to communicate and convey this to a mass crowd. Yeah. And even when the band is flowing with this. And so I think Pastor Haynes is really good. I think he's a really amazing speaker. Awesome. Even sometimes I watch people do interviews. Like I think, what is his name? He does a lot of music interviews. I'm really drawing a blank on him, but
you're totally fine.
A guy named Zane Lowe from Apple Music.
Zane. Okay. I'm thinking about a different guy.
Yeah, I think he does a lot of great interviews. It's a lady named Nadeska, and like
Nadeska's cool.
Yeah, so like sometimes even if it's not poetry, it's just like, hey, I like the way that y'all engage in the conversation. And also watching TED Talks, like I like the act of having to like maneuver through this room. So usually those kind of teachings and kind of go into it and the skill. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're probably just a student of life. And that's kind of why I ask those things, because I just want to hear what other people are, because I'm a student as well. And I just want to see other things that, people gravitate towards that you can learn from.
Oh, and it's also film sometimes. Yeah. Like while I'm not like a movie buff, sometimes I really love certain actors. Like, for example, I really love Wood Harris.
Come on.
And I don't know what he
talented.
He has this thing about like, I'm the everyday guy, but I'm really skilled. Yeah. And I'm really good at my craft. Yeah. But
multifaceted. He could do anything pretty much.
Yeah.
Like really, like if he wanted to like probably learn something else, he'd probably do that and then master that on a cool.
And when I look at Wood Harris, I just say like, hey, if I could be that cool and skilled at writing, I want to be Wood Harris.
You want to be Wood? That's like, dope. That's dope.
I would be like Black Thought and Wood Harris.
Come on now, yeah, Black Thought.
Like, they just are
they're not understanding what you're saying right now. That's why we're doing this at the Poetry Circle, because the things you're saying, they need to know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know until you say it. No, that's dope. Okay, so last thing about your voice. What tonality do you take in your poems? Meaning, when you talk about tone in writing, it's just the attitude towards the subject. Yeah. So, I'll say, for example, for me, the tone that I take is romance. Like it's always a hint of romance in everything that I write. Doesn't matter if it's secular. It's gonna be some type of love for something, and that's the tone and the sensuality of that is what I try to bring into my writing. So, what tone do you think that you use in yours?
Man, that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that.
No, that's crazy. I ain't never heard that. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's always going to be like an element of transparency and like doubling down. Like even if I'm doing something like, even if I'm doing like a metaphor or something like that, it'll be the simplest thing. But sometimes it's just like, hey, I just want you to know how deeply this sits. So like, I know like when I was telling somebody like guilt is heavy as front church pew, guilt is heavy as front church pew black. I know that sometimes we as black people know what it's like to sit in the church and be at the front of the church when the pastor's speaking. You like, yo, he talking to me, you know, and it's something heavy about being on that right there. So it'll be like that, and it'll just really be doubling down. But it'll also be like, oh, this is really transparent and vulnerable and just like heavy. So but also like a little humor there because I don't think I'm that funny, but I think
you are funny. He always says that, but you are funny.
I appreciate it.
You are like when you get up there, like you say. I think your vulnerability is so relatable, and it lets people's guards down. It disarmors them, and so when you disarm her, you're able to like kind of laugh a little bit and kind of see the brighter side of life. So that you do have that, and I know you say it, but I'm just gonna give you that.
I'll take it.
For sure. So I want to talk about the inception of your thoughts. Inception is just like the commencement, the beginning, the start of something. And you did talk about like music is too distracting for you when it's time to write. Yeah. So what do you need when you're about to write? Like what's around you? What's the atmosphere like so that you can create these feelings and thoughts?
Well, I don't always need I realize I can't always have like the most convenient, atmosphere all the time. Sometimes stuff comes.
That is true. I'm glad you said that.
Because I think I heard Nas say this quote where he said like inspiration finds you working. Yeah. So it's like it might not always be the ideal thing, and sometimes things just hit. But if I do have an ideal space, I'm probably at a kitchen table or a coffee shop. I probably have on a pair of gray sweats, a very loose fitted flannel. Okay. Yeah. And a tank or a t-shirt under there.
You're just comfortable.
Yeah, it has to be some form of fitting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't gonna say I can't, but like I don't want to be dressed up. Like I have to be very loose fitted and flowing. Oh yeah. Also, I don't really like to write on paper with lines. Yeah, interesting. I really don't. Why not? Yeah. I don't know. It just feels too organized.
Got you.
And I'm a person, I feel like I'm very scatterbrained at that time. And so sometimes when I write on like computer paper,
oh, I do that too.
It's just all over, and I can clean it up later. So yeah, it's.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, it's like the most
we're getting into
organized, disruptive, just a chaotic.
Organized and disruptive. That's like what is that? Like an oxymoron or something right there? Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Okay. So do you do anything unique to sometimes, like say if you having like a writer's block, do you have to do something unique to bring out the art and bring out your thoughts?
No, so I don't. I learned this a few years ago. It's easier said than done, but I don't necessarily believe in writer's block. So there's so it's two things. So it's this. Another poet who really inspired me early on was Talam Acey, and he out of Newark, New Jersey. Okay. And I remember he taught this word, and I had never heard of it, but it was called gestation periods. So like if you ever had a kid, or if you know about pregnancy, about like gestation periods, and sometimes the time just has to be. Okay. Okay. But then Jasmine Mans has this thing called the kitchen table theory. And the kitchen table is like, like for example, when I, brought the lemon loaves for y'all, like whatnot, she has this thing to where it's kind of like you have a cake that you want, but you have to put all of these ingredients up here first. So you got your flour, you got your sugar, you got your baking powder, you got your whatever it is. All of these things don't taste well on their own.
Oh, yeah.
However, but if you just put them out there, just put them out there, i.e. the writing, just throw it out, just write it. It don't need to be perfect. It don't need to be all heavily metaphorical. Just throw it out. You can clean it up later. The kitchen theory is you can put all these things together later. We know the 2 cups of sugar, the flour, all these things. But if I put my hand in that flour right now, yo, this doesn't taste good. Similar to that writing. If I go perform this right now, this ain't edited, revised. This don't sound like that. And it's the same thing with the kitchen theory, you know, but it's like once you give it time and you done preheated the oven, you done put it all these things, you done sifted the flour and sugar, all those things into the bowl, you've mixed the things after you whip the eggs and stuff like that, and you put them all together. It's like, okay, this look like something right here. That batter does not look good, just like my writing. The revision does not look good. Yo, this don't really make sense now. Yeah. But now I done threw that thing in the oven after it been preheating. Wow. And you still watching it, you like, I don't know, is it cooking right? We still going through the revision. Like it don't look right.
I'm not gonna. I never looked at it like that. I just like left the poem where it is and moved on to something else. Meaning that I'm thinking I need to evolve into something. Or
I think that's a good thing too.
Okay.
I think it's okay. So it's all good. It's okay to also walk away from stuff.
It's all
and go live.
You're right. All that is just aspects of life. Oh, come on now. Talk on my podcast, man.
Just I love that. Bro. It's all right.
So, all right, we're going to get into your body of work, bro. Because you a writer. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you your flowers. That's what we do here. And so just be prepared. I mean, you can start bringing your stuff out. But I want to read like a little bit of, because you talked about the masculinity poems. And that's actually one of my favorite ones of yours. All right. You know, the one that was called, you said, it's really a long title. You said, if I'm being honest, masculinity is a stage play where the curtains never close in a dark room where the lights never dim.
Yeah, that's boys who don't cry become men who drown.
So that's not this ain't the title area? Because you say sometimes you be like, this is the title. You read it and then you
sometimes it don't be title. But that's the official title is boys who don't cry become men who drown.
I love that. Can you just a little bit where that stemmed from and what inspired you to write that?
The title or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh, so you know what's funny? That poem is actually inspired by my man T. Otis, support out here named Terry Otis from Chicago. And he has this poem, I don't remember the name of the poem, but I remember he had this line in there where he was talking about his pops and he was saying a drunken man drowning, a drunken child drowning in a grown man's body. And you have to hear the whole poem. And so he was one of the people that kind of inspired me to write it. And I don't know. It was just like, oh, this is okay. Let me pull from this. And so I think when I was jotting, I was like, boys who don't cry become men who drown. And I was playing with the idea of like crying, but it always not being limited to like tears. Sometimes crying can just be a vocal release, but it doesn't always have to be teardrops from the eyes or nothing like that. Which is funny. I appreciate it because I'm still working on that poem.
Really? Are you still writing it or?
I'm still revising it because it's one of them things where you ain't never satisfied with it.
Got you.
And you don't like. You can have, a lot of people can like it, and you be like. You would hear it sometimes like, is it good? I don't really like it.
No, it's really, really good, y'all. Like, y'all need to see this. It's really good. So, like, you're the type to, like, when you write, like, you go back and you edit, or do you leave the poem? Like, remember I told you I leave the poem where it is, and then I kind of go on something else.
Nah, I leave it. I absolutely leave it. I want to be, in 2026, I want to be better at my revision process.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie.
I be leaving it and life have to happen a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'm like, oh, I came across something that I like, and then sometimes I say something that's a little too personal in the poem, and I come back and I'm like, no, I'm gonna take that out. I don't want to speak about my like I don't want to, like, I know it's a poem I did about my mom a long time ago. that I'm never performing again. I'm never performing it again.
Okay. Okay.
But it's also like I don't feel that way no more. And I thought it was maybe kind of harsh when I did it, but that's where I was emotionally at that time. But at 37, I look back and I'm like, nah, I actually don't want to say that. So a lot of times I actually will leave something, I'll come back and maybe I'll take out a line, or maybe I'll edit something, or maybe I'll build upon something.
Right. I do the build upon thing too.
Yeah, and it's kind of I can communicate that better.
Yes. I can play with that. Or like I'm in a different like maturity now.
Yeah.
Where like when I was an adolescent in the mind a little bit when I said this, like now I went through some things and I kind of still feel that way, but I can explain it in a way like, okay, you know, with some grown folk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can communicate it a lot different. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've definitely did that before, but I try to like, you know, I write into the pen stops. That's why I always say I write into the pen stop. And then usually that's probably where I need to stop. I don't know why, but that's been my process. That's been my thing. Sometimes I'll pull things like ideas I have from back in the day and I'll like do it again or something. But it's hard for me to touch it again for some reason because it doesn't need to be.
When you find out that some of your favorite musicians, it's songs that they wrote 7 years ago and it might
when they was kids.
Yeah, like, and they just were able to revise it a little bit.
Bruh, so Marsha Ambrosius, I can't say her last name.
Marsha Ambrosius.
Ambrosius, she wrote Butterflies. You know the one that Michael Jackson? She was a kid when she wrote that.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
Like, dude, she went on the R&B Money podcast and she said that and I'm like, dog, how did you write something like that as a kid? You know what I'm saying? It's wild, bro. Wild. But I also feel with that, it's like when we're kids, we're the most imaginative. You know what I'm saying? We're untampered, you know what I'm saying? Untainted. So it's like our brain can go there. Like sometimes when we get in adults, we kind of like get to a cap sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We can release it whenever we want to. But sometimes we get stagnant, we get stuck. And then so do our thoughts, so do our imagination. Sometimes that's all we need to get back. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you can read for us? Because I want to see something from your journal that you probably haven't read to. Maybe you haven't even performed it before. Maybe you can, give us an exclusive. But something that's profound, something that we can like have of you and then digest and then kind of even like react to a little bit.
Let's see.
I know I got some stuff. While you do that, I'll do one. I just wrote this in November. And again, this is one of those ones I just wrote and I stopped. I didn't have nothing else to say, but it's still fire. I said, I want to be monumental. As if I were posted up in Giza, standing tall like Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, mirroring the stars, holding history inside the walls of my mind, etching cryptic messages on my arms that only the real ones know about. Y'all call them tattoos, but they're just clues from the past that help forge paths into the future. I just want to be monumental. No one knows from the contents of which I was made, but I'm here, standing tall and upright, head toward the heavens. I just want to be remembered and talked about. Did you catch what I was talking about though?
No, I did not. But that be me. I be having to cycle things.
Yeah, you right. I'm gonna tell you. So it's like again, I was obsessed with Egypt. So Giza is where those 3 pyramids are.
Oh, that's
the pyramids everybody's trying to figure out how they built. So that's Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure.
That's crazy. See, I'm not too knowledgeable about like.
But that's why you got to put it into work. You know what I'm saying? And then when you speak it, and then people say, "What are you talking about there?" You could tell them, where that came from.
Yo, so that's interesting. I know we'll probably touch on this later. So a big thing that I am big on, like why I love hip hop so much, is because it's a lot. It's a lot of things that I know based off of hip hop. Like when I was baking, like probably about a month ago. They mentioned something about I'm sorry, my neighbor, she mentioned something about, oh yeah, I'm your sous chef, and I didn't know what a sous chef was.
Okay.
But I had heard the word, and I heard it in a song by Mick Jenkins called Michelin Star.
That does, it educates, right?
Yeah, and it was like, oh snaps. And then even like with Malcolm X, where he got murdered at, I knew that he was murdered clearly. But I remember I was listening to a Lupe Fiasco song, and the title of the song was called Audubon Ballroom. So I didn't know what the context of the name was. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh, that's the name of the place that he was in.
That's art.
And even last thing, the other day, my man Lynn, we was we be playing pickleball sometimes, and like he talks about we were leaving the game, and he said, "Yeah, man, I got to go to the chiropractor, and I do this like cryotherapy thing." And I was listening. I was like, dang, 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 dang. And all I heard is it's a Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem song called "Family Ties," and he was kind of like, wrist on cryotherapy.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I remember that actually because I know that song.
Because I come from the offspring, Al Green therapy, something like that. Big Shot wrist on cryotherapy. As soon as I press that button, niggas better get like it was that verse. Yeah, and I was like, oh snap, that's what cryotherapy is. He's making this reference about his bracelet and his diamonds, and when he was talking about therapy after our game, he was talking about standing in this thing in this revolving thing of air.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's what that is. And so how you were talking about like putting things in writing, I'll be picking up like certain things in songs, and I'm like, oh, that's what that is.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah. Hey, that's how you know it's real art, though. Like, because you're not teaching at least the youth or people behind you. What are you doing? What are we talking about? You're not teaching me nothing. That's how I learned the word reciprocity from
Lauryn Hill and
Thank you.
Was that Lauryn Hill and Common?
It was Lauryn Hill. It was
Lauryn Hill. Yeah.
It was on X Factor.
Okay, yeah, okay. My bad.
I'm
thinking.
You still said right. You still,
I forget the other joint with Common and Lauren.
Common and Lauren.
It was about I think it was about abortion. A song that they had about abortion.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, but I know you're talking about like
But she said, who would I gotta be to get some reciprocity? Yeah. We said, what is that?
Yes,
and we look it up. You go and Google it. You go, or at the time we had dictionaries. I had a real actual dictionary.
I see. I'm 37.
So what you got in there, man? I know you got something in your vault.
It was something short. So a group of 7th grade students are asked to define what is black, and one yells and said black is dark and defined as dark as fuck. One says not enough. One says, nah, nigga. One says criminal. One says, nah, fit the description. Another one be like, nigga, you sure? Another one says uncertainty. Another one says broken. Another one says generational curse. For me, black might be an apology for things that you have no reason to be sorry for. How there will be days and times where you oppose as a brick wall who does not know the art of crumbling. Days where the shades of your skin will be 1,000 needless apologies. For me, black might even be a joke. Might be a black man cuffed in the back of a squad car, shot and announced suicide. They called you midnight. They must have felt that a black body riddled with bullets must have been a constellation when they said every nigga is a star. The cycles of black death will go as such. 1, to be black, how red and blue can turn a soul hashtag before the bullet greets the body. 2, to be too black, alive and to die for it. 3, to parade the black mama that broke herself for you to get here in front of the media and watch her break again. 4, they will investigate how black you were and how justified it is for you not to be here. 5, the officer will be paid handsomely for your bounty. 6, the vacation will start the day that they lay the animal of your body to rest. 7, they will come back to work refreshed, ready to defeat the enemy that is your skin again and again and again.
Ready to defeat the enemy that is your skin. Yo, when you said that your poetry feels like sitting in the front row of church, that's what that felt like, though. This the mirror. It's like it's holding up the truth of the matter. That was I didn't even know you was coming like that. I was coming off some like but no, that was crazy.
You know, you're good at journaling.
No,
really. Like,
who, me?
Yeah, I imagine you actually actively like.
Right? Yes. When I was a kid, my mom
to be more intentional about that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, and it actually does help with the evolution of your just your spirit and you as a person. And I feel like journaling is the best way to see where you come. Like how far you've come, because we don't actually have a marker. We don't have like a measuring stick on like where I came from and all the improvements that I've made. Yeah. The best way to find that out is through journaling. So like you don't even know what because sometimes when you writing, you leave it on the paper, you probably forget what you wrote. Yeah. You go back and look what you wrote 2 years, 3 years ago. Yeah. You see that person that wrote that, and then you know who the person that you are now, and you can see it. Okay. So it becomes like a necessity, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like a discipline, it was like I needed to do it because I needed to see my growth.
No, that's what's up.
But my mom taught us to do that when we were kids. But so I appreciate that.
I like that.
Yo, that was deep. Do you have one more? I just one more in the vault. That was really, really good. And also love your voice. Your voice as a poet is it's very captivating. It brings you in.
You know what? I'll take that because so I've been very self-conscious about voice, but one thing that I was big on hip hop growing up is like who has like best voices. So growing up, like a voice I always loved, like outside of the obvious, like the Commons and the Q-Tips.
Come on now.
But like Mia X, Fiend from No Limit, if y'all remember, you know what it is. And Fiend, so hold on, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, so we ain't too far. We only 8 years apart. But no, so of course you know Master P, No Limit. So like back in the late 90s, like they was dropping albums like crazy. And you had Fiend, you had Mac, you had Mercedes, you had Silk the Shocker, C Murder, Mystical. Right. So he had this whole collective of people just dropping like literally like the way Young Money was dropping albums back then, Lil Wayne was dropping mixtape, Master P was dropping albums like weekly. Whole 17 track, no lie. Like he had artists dropping weekly. And mind you, it was about 15 people on No Limit. So, but it was big on like voice and tone. Even now, like I love Meg and Doechie's voice.
Come on now,
I love Commons.
Commons my favorite.
Nas has a smooth flow, but I also love Queen Latifah, like when she had a thing. So I appreciate that.
This is what I'm talking about. Yes, and you have that tone for me that as soon as it's like when you get up there, I'm like, okay, what he about to say? And it's like we're waiting on it, we're anticipating on the edge of our seat kind of deal. That's why I need one more from you.
I'll take it.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this too, because you're a hip hop head, but like your poems feel like a Tribe Called Quest. That's my favorite rap group.
I'll take that.
So you know, that's what that feels like when you spit, when you talk, when you write. So I just want to let you know that too.
I'll take that.
It's dope. And we're not even we got a segment for it because I was like, I'm about to get into it. Go ahead.
Dang, I should have had more journalistic.
No, I want you to be you. This is for you.
So this was random. So this was after an interview that Wayne did. But he says, and I quote, "I don't know what racism is. I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a young, black, rich nigga. If that don't let you know that America understand Black Lives Matter these days, I don't know what is." It's a true story. It's a true quote. Weezy F baby, and the F is for 4 teardrops in my face and you ain't never heard me cry. The F is for fuck you mean a beautiful black woman when that bitch look better red. The F is for fear no man but God. The F is for falling heavy is the head that wears the crown and this holy ground lays in my feet. The F is for what's a king to a guy, what's a guy to a non-believer, what's a non-believer to a privileged nigga who believes that since I hustle my way out highly grow, surely I can buy my way out of racism. Weezy F baby, and the F is for fatal. You know, fatal like I shot myself at 12, left a hole as big as the void of my daddy when they kicked down the door. A white man as white as snow lifted my body and took me to the hospital while the black officers overstepped my body like a nimbus cloud in search for guns and drugs. That day, I knew that my body was not worthy of being covered but protected from. I knew then that my body was a storm, that my skin was a roar, that I wasn't human. I was a Louisiana, but when the bullets parked my body, it was lights out. Felt hot as 400 degrees. I was a juvenile, a hot boy. The block was hot and I was hoping that I could write the hell and hue out of my skin.
If I had a button, that would be the button. And man, say. Okay. Hey, this episode 1, all right? You see what I'm saying? We're not done though. We're not done. But that was insane. And I love your hip hop references. I love your connection to hip hop and it coming through the poetry. So I respect that and I love that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go off script. I got a segment called Off Script. Okay. This is just something that's just like don't got really much to do with poetry, but I still want to talk about it. Yeah. Can you tell me what is the Pickleball Boys? You know what I'm saying? Like I see that on your Instagram. I know a few of the fellas that you be playing with. What is that like?
No, so we was just playing pickleball, but my homie Hogan actually created that page. But it was like 4 or 5 of us who just got together and we just be And sometimes also in pickleball, you learn that sometimes it ain't many black people where you be at.
Come on now.
So he just, but believe it or not, sometimes it's just about the time that you go.
Oh, okay.
That's what it be at.
Okay.
And so we used to be at the court at like 11 in the morning.
Right.
And you're in Grand Prairie at 11 in the morning. We literally would come in and be the only black people. So my homie Hogan, he just created this little page and he was just like, yo, this is just the pickleball bros. It's all the bros playing pickleball.
Are y'all like, is it like, can more people join, or is this like y'all thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Listen, we open everybody to come.
Y'all be there having fun.
Yeah, we open.
I'm not no pickleball type person, but I want to go watch.
None of us were. Hey, you can always come watch.
For sure.
For us. No. It's people always open. We be like, no, pull up. Like,
I know you. I be seeing. Actually, I be going on all y'all story. Everybody like, pull up. We finna go here. We finna go there. Type stuff.
Now, of course, let them know in advance, of course,
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm getting to my favorite part of the show.
Okay.
It's called Eminem.
Okay.
And so Eminem is basically, I feel like you can find poetry in anything. So in music and movies, it's like my favorite two subjects. So I put them together in the sweet segment. And I feel like, poetry doesn't just live on the page. It transcends through sound and story. So that's why I feel like I get it from these two segments. So real quick, because we got a whole bunch of stuff, some goodies here so we can show them.
Right.
I want to know, what are your top 5 artists of all time?
Limited to musicians or what?
Musician. It's not limited. It's music, just music.
Okay. Oh, so just music.
Music.
Focusing on me. Okay. Ooh, all time.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why I texted you this, because it's gonna be hard.
Dre 3000 is up there.
Come on. 3 Stacks.
Yeah, 3000 is up there for sure. Anita Baker is up there.
Okay, I'm gonna chill.
Donny Hathaway is up there.
Beautiful. I felt like you were gonna say that.
I have to go back towards hip hop. Mm-hmm. It's hard to put like 5.
I know.
Tribe is there.
Gotta be.
And who's a strong number 5? Strong number 5.
Your list is already strong.
It's early. It's early, but I'm throwing them in there. I feel like Kendrick is up there.
Oh, that's dope. And I say all this to say, because when your top 5, I feel like is going to embody who you are, and all that is you. It's so you. And I can feel that. I'm gonna tell you my top 5. Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
She's really, I almost don't put her in top 5s because it's really her own thing, and she's just her.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna put her in because, for the sake of this.
Yeah.
Beyonce,
absolutely.
Beyonce, I'm be high till the day I die. So it's whatever. Chris Brown.
Okay, Chris Brown.
You know it. Eric Benet.
I
love Eric Benet. I feel like he needs to be studied. Okay, R&B wise. Then boom, you took one of mine, Anita Baker. Yeah. Anita Baker. I live in Anita. Like every day, I have to have a dose of Anita. Every day.
I like that Eric Benet made that. Because I feel like 2 names that don't get mentioned sometimes, like Eric Benet and Dave Hollister.
Talk about it.
Yeah, like sometimes I cry. Dave Hollister also.
Sometimes I cry is insane. And he's still singing like that.
Dave Hollister with Blackstreet and as a solo act, like Chicago 85. And even My Favorite Girl. If you ever listen to the song My Favorite Girl and listen to the lyrics, it's an insane
Send it to me
song.
when we leave, because I need to be put. You can always put me on.
Oh yeah, like go listen. Yeah.
So check that out. So what's your top 5 movies of all time?
I'm not a big film person, but if I gotta go somewhere,
if you can do 5, do 3. If you can't do 5,
no, I can do 5. Okay. So, I love it's a movie called Higher Learning.
Oh, I love Higher Learning.
With Busta Rhymes, Ice Cube. I love that.
Omar Epps.
Not House Parties, but Class Act. I think it's called Class Act. With Kid and Play.
And Tisha was in there too?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if it was a spinoff or a Class Act came before the House Parties or after. I can't remember either, to be honest with you. That's 2 of them. Yo, I love life.
Life is so. Hey, with the cornbread,
yeah.
the corn. He said, "Hey, man, I'll be my own cornbread. You get your own cornbread, dog."
Shit, nah, fuck him.
He said that. He said, "He ain't get my cornbread, Claude."
He whooped your ass though. Life is gonna be up there.
That's a good one.
I'm big on horror films, but I have a horror series that I really do love.
Oh, what you got?
You know what? I can't box this into one because it's a series. I love Saw.
Saw is really good.
All of the Saw series, I'm gonna box them in as one.
That's good.
And I ain't gonna lie. So I'm a sucker. I like cartoons too. So
you gotta put
I'm definitely throwing. I'm probably going to throw. It's a battle between a Goofy movie.
Oh, extremely Goofy movie is really top tier.
And no. I'm scratch that.
Okay,
it's gonna actually be Matilda. Matilda,
on the way, dum 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 dum, on the way.
Matilda gonna make that. Yeah.
I'm dead. No, the kids love that, and we still love that too. I don't care how old I am, bro. To this day, teach you about life, bro, for real. Like, never give up. No, I'm gonna take my top 5 movies. Brown Sugar.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, if you peep, when I asked you, when did you fall in love with poetry?
She on the radio.
She was like, when did you fall in love with hip hop? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's where that come from. Waiting to Exhale. I love that movie. I'm so like Angela Bassett. I love you to life. Avatar. Okay. I'm gonna put all of them together. You know, with the blue people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Avatar is in there. The Notebook.
Okay.
And Twilight, the series. I'm gonna put the whole series of Twilight in there. That's my go-to. I can't live without them. Okay, can you give me a song that makes you happy?
A song that makes me happy.
Is that hard?
That just really makes me happy. Yo, there's a song about it. It's not but it is. I'm gonna give it 2 parts of that. So it's one song by the Internet. And it's this song called it's called Palace Curse, but I only like the second half. Mm. And
the second half. That sounds like a good song.
And it's a segment of another song. It's the full song, but it's this segment. I really love and I really wish I could dance to do this choreography, but Beyonce's "Get Me Bodied," but it's the bridge.
Yes,
it's the bridge specifically, and you know the part.
Yes, bro. And then I know the choreography too. I know the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. So when it come on, we know from the beginning when she going to the club to when she's on the dance floor. I know the whole thing. So you saying that right now is giving me all the life that I need. Yeah, all the life.
It's the bridge. And he's that specific.
As you can see, he's very musical because you just don't throw that out there. Get Me Bodied.
Yeah, and that bridge is...
The Beehive is proud of you.
Yeah.
The Beehive is very proud of you. Okay, give me your Night Drive song before we get out of this segment.
If I'm doing a night drive...
Night Drive. What's she playing in the car when it's just when the street lights is on, you know?
I ain't gonna lie, I be having a lot of shit going, but
no, for sure,
some wild stuff like...
Okay.
Because literally...
It get crazy.
So one, I love... Yo, it's a song by Doechii called Death Roll. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Death Roll, but I also really love Ari Lennox. It's a song called Mean Mug.
Mean Mug. Why did I miss me?
Yeah, it's off POF. I mean, Age, Sex, Location album.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, put me on today. I'm gonna say my Night Drive song is it's called Drive.
Yeah,
Drive in the midnight.
Oh no, not that one. I'm thinking the other one. It is. Yeah. Can't keep my head clear.
Yeah. Driving. What? Still drive. Yeah. That's how you gotta do it.
Just trying to get my
head right. Like literally.
I like that.
Okay, baby.
20-somethings will pop up too.
Which one?
20-somethings off Control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Control is a classic.
Yeah.
It is a classic. Okay, boom. So to get you out of here, I want to have some last remarks from you. I just want to know, as a writer, what ultimately is your goal? Like, what is your quest? What are you looking to do as a writer?
You know, I'm still figuring that out. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a good thing.
But I do know, whatever it is, I think I just want to like this thing about just being honest, being transparent, also allowing yourself to grow through the writing. And just allow yourself to actually grow and shift and change.
Yes.
Like knowing that, hey, you know, year 1 won't look like year 5, and year 5 might not look like year 10. And also just being able to like do it your way, you know? So I really, that's one thing I really wanted to do. And I have a lot of things hip hop I want to incorporate across like literature, but that's one takeaway that I think people should do, is just to be honest,
Facts.
Be transparent,
Facts.
Allow it to flow, be themselves.
Hey, man. Well, thank you so much. This is episode 1 of the Poet Circle. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to all my poetry lovers out there and the lovers of art, I just want you to keep writing, keep being inspired, and find the poet within. All right. Until next time. Peace.
Thank you.